Well, Janine Garner, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. For Raw Courage TV, you have been really supportive of me as I've pursued my passion. And so I really want to talk to you today about your journey in pursuing your own. And so you were a corporate high flyer, one of the glam sort of careers that I used to dream about when I first finished uni. I did a marketing degree and you ended up working for Oraton Group. That's and right. Then, despite having the glam, gorgeous, big, high-flying career, decided to trade the salary, trade the glam, trade the expense account for life as an entrepreneur.
That's exactly right. Well, first of all, thank you for having me here today. Oh my gosh, what an introduction. On paper, I had the best job in the world. I'd spent pretty much most of my corporate career working in fashion and retail. And you're right, most formally at Oraton. I had the joys of travelling to New York twice a year for Fashion Week, and it was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. But for me, there came a point where I'd almost spent my whole corporate career climbing that ladder. And I got to the top and I looked around and I thought, not quite what I expected it to be like. And three things happened that actually set me on this journey of change. I was starting to feel really unsettled, and there's got to be more, there's got to be more, there's got to be more. I had the chance meeting of lunch with Abigail Disney, which was just the most incredible experience of sitting across from a table with the grandniece of Walt Disney talking about, oh my God, you're amazing, how did you do this? And she literally said to me, Janine, you just have to choose to be a brick in the wall of change, was what she said. And if I could have bottled that, it would have just been amazing.
A brick in the wall of change.
A brick in the wall of change. She said, anyone can do it. You just have to choose to be a brick in the wall of change. I was meeting incredible women like yourself. And then I came home one day after a crazy, crazy day at work. And I sat at the table with my daughter, who was 6 at the time. And she said to me, Mummy, why are you working so hard? And I went, well, you know, darling, it's to put food on the table and holidays and buy everything that you want. And as we all do, you know, blah, 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 blah. And she turned and she went, but Mummy, why are you so unhappy? And it was that moment that I thought to myself, you know what? I have to take ownership of my journey here. And if I'm going to send the right message to my children, then I have to look after myself first. And that's pretty much what forced me to make the change.
It's amazing how our kids can be so perceptive and so wise, and in that, well, why are you so unhappy?
That's right. That's right. It's incredible. To the outside world, I wasn't. You know, I had the most amazing wardrobe.
No, it just boils it all down because, you know, you're thinking about the job and the glam and this and that, but it's like, but Mummy, you're not happy.
That's right. And I think that is the one key thing that I have learned from that experience and subsequently is it's your journey, and it's entirely up to you what journey you're going to take. You have to own your own journey and your own future and your own decisions, and only in that way can you possibly model to the younger generation, to your own children, to others, what life's about.
So true. I've often said that how can we tell our kids to pursue their dreams if we aren't pursuing our own?
That's right.
And does that sometimes mean we're not there for them at every moment? Yes, it does. But it's hypocritical to do anything but. But when it came to going, okay, it means I leave the security and the safety and the salary behind, getting clear about, well, what am I going to do? You know, okay, being a brick in the wall sounds great, but what the hell does that look like?
Well, that's right. I mean, it was all of these feelings were definitely stirring in me at the time of there's something else. And what I did personally was started to work with a life coach to really invest in myself and explore what it was that I could potentially do, or more importantly, where my passion was. What also was apparent for me at the time was there was no great quality networking going on for women at a certain level. It was all very surface, and for me I wanted some more deeper connection to be able to share thought leadership and expertise and knowledge to ultimately ensure that everybody achieves more success. So I took this journey probably for about 6 months with a personal life coach. And whilst I was corporately working,
these coaches are good things, aren't they?
They're pretty good. They're pretty good at helping you work through it. And then I did actually start exploring options whilst I was still working. So I almost explored what has now become LBD Group whilst I was working corporately.
LBD being?
Little Black Dress Group, yeah. So this is my community of incredible women that are all just collaborating to
That's
create
how we
magic.
came to connect.
That's right. And as you would appreciate, someone that's been in business for a while, I did the business case, I did the numbers. That was really to justify me leaving.
Yeah.
Had the conversation with the husband, and then one day just went, nah, enough's enough. It's time to go. It's time to do it. But it was scary.
Yeah.
It was really scary.
Well, you know, you can run the numbers backwards and forwards and sideways and upside down, and at the end of the day, regardless of what the numbers say, sometimes you've just got to make a leap across a great big chasm, and you're not sure if you're going to reach the other side.
That's right.
But you've just got to do it.
Absolutely. And I think understand that ultimately where you end up or the journey you're taking may not necessarily be the one that you started out to do.
Yeah,
and
true.
it's having that willingness to just go with the flow, have a vision, absolutely have a vision of what it is that you want to achieve or do, but be so willing to zig and zag and flex that journey up there. And that's probably one of the key learnings for me, having come from a corporate environment where it was business plan after business plan, planning out, 6, 5, 10 years, to now being in a situation where there's a vision, but it's every 90 days, working out how to get there.